The next section is I'm going to give a much broader perspective on what's going on with, for lack of a better word, geopolitics. I really don't like to lump a war into politics, but war is unfortunately politics as well. It's very, very clear that the Russians are, at this particular point, have become very strong in moving in Ukraine. This is going to have a significant impact on our economy right here in the United States. Candidly speaking, Ukraine is referred to as the breadbasket of the European economy. 40% of the wheat and grain and products that come into Europe come from Ukraine. Right now, that doesn't look good. They're in the dead of winter and they've got tanks rolling through their wheat fields. So this is going to be an impact on the people of Europe as well as the people of Ukraine. The next thing is the supply of oil. Although Ukraine doesn't produce any oil, they do produce some natural commodities and other things, but the Russians do produce oil. And at the time of this video, many countries, including our own, have decided not to purchase any more oil from Russia. Now, what this does is this crimps the supply of oil, okay? It just crimps the supply. Now, there's a lot of conversation as to whether our country should open up more fields and do more to explore oil. I somewhat disagree with that. There's very few oil companies at any oil price will make a commitment to a large drilling operation at today's prices, because those prices can turn on a dime and you've got a lot of money chasing a little, not much oil. I think what we should start seeing is some more enhanced production. We will see oil properties, particularly in the Permian Basin, also some of the shale formations as we go up further, the Barnett and different ones. I think we will see some of these wells that have been less productive and have been shut in start to become more productive. So let's just give you an example. You have a well that's producing what we call, and we have a lot of these in this country, we call them stripper wells. They do 15 barrels a day. And so if you multiply that times $60 a barrel, back out the transportation cost and how that works, the wells aren't that profitable. They shut them in. But now oil prices at the wellhead are running around 120, 110, whatever. They can open those wells and increase supply. So I think that's one of the first things we need to see there is let's get our own house in order. The problem we're going to run into is that a lot of these countries that used to be producing oil do not have the extensive reserves that we think they do. So they're not very inclined to start exhausting their reserves at the expense of our own energy operations. So that's going to be a struggle, and we'll see. You know, we pray for the people of Ukraine. We pray for their safety. We pray that this war will be over, and we pray that these people can resume a normal life. It's unimaginable the hardships that these folks are going through, and it is quite disruptive as to whether or not it's going to create bigger problems down the road. So I think it's very straight that the Ukraine situation will impact our country. I think we have to be prepared for high oil prices. We have to be prepared for more government spending to support this country. And so these are some things that we're going to have to take it with. So as America, we will get through it. We will do well. And I'm confident that the other side looks a lot better than where we are today. That'll do it for this video. And I hope you have a pleasant month and your family is doing well. Thank you.